Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios, this is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy Jay.
Oh, look at that. We've returned. We've returned. What are y'all doing, man? What's that In the Building with Rudy Jay and Mike Taylor and DJ LG? Long Sunday afternoon of lesson planning and walking around malls, and had a real good dinner. Had some salmon and Brussels sprouts that were caramelized with some sweet
Tiger
shit.
sashimi.
Some nice saffron rice or something. Oh, well, it was at risotto. No, orzo rice, salmon, and some Brussels sprouts. A very healthy dinner tonight. But I'm going to wash it down with a pint of beer. How y'all doing? What's going on, man? What'd you do today?
Played some golf this morning
Okay.
and ripped and ran with the wifey for a little bit.
All right. Where'd you play?
Alsatian out in Castroville.
Oh, dang. That's a haul for you, isn't it?
No, it's down the street from me.
Oh, Castroville. My bad. I was thinking of something different. I was thinking of like shit. What was I thinking? I don't know. Something not where you live. Somewhere else. How y'all doing, man? I'm tired, but we're good. Been a long Sunday. You know why I'm tired? Because I got to do stuff today. Because I didn't have the stupid Dallas Cowboys ruin my Sunday, man, making me stay on the couch for 5 hours. That's why I'm tired. Because I actually went out and did. I'm tired. I'm good tired. Normally I'm bad tired, but today I'm good tired because we went running around like you. I went out and I hung out with my lady all day. And because I didn't have a stupid-ass Cowboys game to ruin my Sunday. And so I got to do other things. I kept up to date on scores and saw some highlights and stuff. We were at the bar during dinner, so I got to see the first quarter of Bills and Ravens just now.
Where'd y'all eat?
Red Lobster, because they got a good cheap bar menu there. They got a great salmon salad that I like. So when you see that Red Lobster's on the verge of filing for bankruptcy, I'm the one that keeps them from it because we go there about once a month. Yeah, having a good time.
Once a month. Do they still got like the unlimited shrimp and all that shit? No.
I don't know. I got salmon. Nina got that popcorn shrimp, big ass bucket full with baked potato. I don't know if they have all you can eat though. I never get the lobster. They make a good salmon salad. They do. So we go there and get that
But
on occasion.
you,
Did it today.
you pick out your own lobster there, right?
I guess is that the tradition?
I thought so. I thought they had the tank and you pick.
I didn't notice. Probably they used to, like HEB. Some HEBs used to have that lobster tank. Do they still have them around anymore? I don't. It's funny you mentioned that because I don't recall seeing a lobster tank in a minute. Have we gotten so overly woke in America that we've decided that it's mean to have lobster tanks in stores? Surely not.
It's inhumane.
You're eating the son of a bitch. They're steaming it alive, whether you see it happen or not. That's how they make it. What are you drinking?
Oh, some like sugar-free bullshit.
Oh, geez, dude. I saw you drink beer the other night for the first time in a while.
When did I drink beer?
You drank beer at Slackers last week.
Oh yeah,
You got a bucket
because I didn't have my wife wasn't with me, so I couldn't do liquor because
Oh, okay.
you know what I
You had
mean.
to drive
So
home.
I had some shiners and
Right.
called it a day.
Matt's in here. They got rid of the endless shrimp at Red Lobster. That's one of the reasons they had to go bankruptcy because they decided to go endless shrimp in the United States of America, where 45% of the population's a great big fat fuck, and they eat too much. Yeah, so they had to outlaw that. I got a little Oktoberfest. It's St. Arnold, LG. Aren't you a big fan of St. Arnold, Houston zone?
That's
Good. Yeah, it's real good. So
St. Arnold, I did
a little
that.
October glass and everything.
I did St. Arnold's for my bachelor party.
Oh, cool. Like a tour to the place?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
I think is that the one in Houston? Is that in Houston?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. LG, what'd you do today, man?
He worked.
Shit.
Did you get
I
stung?
watched. No, I got sunburned. I watched UTSA lose to the Rice Owls in soccer.
1-0.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Most soccer games are 1-0.
He leaves out the part that fat ass check they gave him to watch him lose.
I wish it was fat. They're slacking. I'm just
No comment. No comment,
early
LG.
punch in real quick.
No.
Oh,
LG's
let's
punching
go.
somebody. Let's get into it then. Go for it.
Should we
Let's
jump right
go.
into
It's people I want to
Let's
punch
go.
Sunday, presented by the
Let's
law office
go.
of Orlando Kell. For more, here's DJ LG of San
Effing
Antonio,
right. Let's
Texas.
go.
Punch people who are late on paychecks.
Oh, that's a shot at
That's all I can
UTSA.
say. No, it's not.
Things are not well over there.
It could be anybody.
Yeah.
We get a lot of different checks because this is the only podcast that makes money
in town.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of podcasts
these
in
poor
this.
people out, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm not
Tune
calling
in
out any of
tonight.
our sponsors. I'm calling out some of my clients. Pay your invoice.
Yeah, he ain't. We know who he's talking about. Beep beep. We know who he's talking about. How late are they?
No comment, LG. Leave that alone.
There's just there's no. It's not that they're late. There's no rhyme or reason to the schedule anymore. The payment schedule, let's just say it's
Dang, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Well,
it's scattered.
Don't go to work.
Payments. No,
they don't get their big time soccer
the money's
match
going to get paid. I'm just going to end up getting
paid.
one big check at the end of the year, but I mean that's fine. I would just like to know that ahead of time.
I don't want to get paid that way ever. I don't want to do 3 months of work knowing I'm going to get a fat check. I want to get paid as I go.
I don't mind doing that, but I want to know about it if that's going to happen. So at the end of the road, I know this is what I'm going to get because I like to budget.
Yeah. All right, Rudy, you have somebody you need to punch today?
I don't even know how to follow that up.
It's good.
You go ahead.
All right, I want to punch my social studies mentor at my school.
What?
I'm in her doghouse.
Why?
Half-assing lesson plans.
Who, you?
Yeah, we know they make you turn in. I told you they make you turn in these extensive lesson plans in which you have to write the main theme, which they call an exemplar, and then they make you write. They make you tell exactly where you got it from. The states, because the state has what's called TEKS, Texas Essential Knowledge Skills. All right, and Texas tells us all what to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't make us look too bad now. You know how it is in Texas these days. You know, we're not trying to whitewash history. We want to glaze over some of it. So I have to tell exactly which TEKS I'm teaching that particular day. And then I have to put know and show. Like I have to write these things. I have to write a little what the hell you call that? A synopsis of what they already know and what I'm going to show them. Right. Then I have to put in the lesson plan itself. So I have to put like what I'm going to do, where I'm getting it, what's my source, how am I going to implement it, and then I get to the lesson plan, which there's a 5-minute warm up, 7-minute mini lesson, 10-minute class collaboration. Then there's a 10-minute independent work, and then and then at the end of the class they have to answer a question, it's called an exit ticket. 5 things I have to do in a 45-minute span, and I have to do like 30 of those every week. And I didn't get a couple in last week, and so I'm in the doghouse. But, man, I'm working my ass off, so punch the mentor in my school. It's like they're asking me to do too much, man. I feel like I'm C.J. Stroud, and they're like, we need you to play linebacker too now. And we need you to call defense. I didn't sign up to call no fucking defense. I didn't sign up to call plays. I signed up to run quarterback in the social studies department. And they promoted me 3 weeks after school starts. And now they want to whip me. Now they're upset because, some of the kids don't do what they're supposed to. But I tell them I ain't there for the kids that don't give a shit. I'm there for the kids that do give a shit. I'm different. A lot of teachers focus on the bad kids. Not me. They can fuck off. They can kiss my ass. They can fuck off if they want. I'm there for the kids that want to do things. That's how this world works. That's what kids don't know as you get older. The world ain't going to pay attention to you little drama queens. The world pays attention to the people that bring their shit. I guarantee you, like the end of the 6 weeks is up next week. I'm going to have 10 kids. Oh, Mr. How can I make any extra credit? None. Get the fuck out of here. You got a 58? I'm giving you extra credit. The kid that comes in with an 88, he's getting extra credit so I can get him into the 90s. I help the kids that help me. I don't help slackers that wait till the end of the fucking 6 weeks and try to catch up on the fly. I don't do that. It's not how the world works. It ain't how I work. So I want to punch my mentor for being too hard on me.
Uh-huh. Time out, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I know you just got here. You just got here.
Got here where? Oh, to the school? Yeah.
Teaching work.
Yes, sir, Mr. J.
Since COVID,
uh-huh.
You're allowed to make up work and be late and not care until it's time.
Well, I quit. That's my comeback to that. It's funny you mentioned COVID because the worst class I have by a mile. Like I like my classes. I have 6 classes. I liked 4 of them. I have 6 classes. I like 2 of them. I love 1 of them, and I hate the other 2. All right, I've got 1 love, 2 likes, 2 hates, and like I said, like the end of the 9 weeks is coming up, man. And I'm going to have these little slacker kids come running to me. Oh, mister, I got a 68. Tough shit, bro. Don't y'all agree? Help me out on this in the building, subscriber. Why help the slacker kid that all of a sudden gets his shit together when report cards are about to come up? I want to help because that's not the kid that gets promoted in the future at his career. People that bust their ass are the ones that get promoted, so they get extra credit. I ain't doing extra credit, and I don't miss me with all that since COVID. So anyway, I know I was gonna say my 8th graders who I don't like, half of them can't even write a fucking paragraph. I've got some idiot burgers in there, dude. Idiot burgers. And so I was talking to one of my colleagues about. I'm shocked by how dumb some of my kids are. Like they don't know how to indent a paragraph. They have no idea when to put capital letters or a period. They don't know the difference between a period and a question mark. These are 8th graders. They're 13, 14. And my next door neighbor, he was saying, he's been teaching over 20 years. He's like, you know what it is that the 8th graders this year were in 4th grade during COVID. And I guess 4th grade's a big year in elementary school. That's where you really start learning like pronouns, adjectives, adjunct pronouns, things like that, transitional phrases. This
What
run-on
grade was
sentences.
my daughter in
4th grade's a
2020?
big year for language and grammar
What
and
grade was
shit.
I in during COVID?
And the 8th graders this year didn't do any of that during COVID. And I'm now dealing with a bunch of idiots who are 13, 14, can barely write a sentence.
Sophomore,
Your
ninth,
daughter's how
8th.
old? She's
Yeah.
a junior, right?
No, she was in 7th grade
Oh,
during
yeah, she's
COVID.
fine. She's fine.
But I would go in her room like, oh, let me check on her. She'd be under the blanket on a Zoom.
Oh. That's supposed to be class.
COVID changed a lot of shit, bro. Like
I know.
the makeup, like the reason why they're coming to you, it's not like, because when we were coming up, we knew what we got was what we got. If we didn't turn it in on January 12th, it was just a 0.
Correct.
But the reason they're coming to you like that and wondering why you're like, what do you mean I can't make it up? Is because for the last 4 years, you don't have to turn in it. I'm not talking about you. You do what you want.
No, they've been skating for 3 years.
Yeah, the last 3-4 years, you turn in your paper when you turn it in. So now that you're like, no, they're like, what do you mean no?
I mean, no. I told one girl last week in class, you're failing the easiest class in school. It's a college prep course. It's a college transition course, and all you have to do, and it's real easy. I just pass out little modules because there's an app that was created for this, and they're just basically practicing how to take the PSAT. And all they do is practice little practice modules. She won't do it. She's not doing. She won't. She just sits there and runs her mouth, and I have to get on her for talking too much. She won't do it. Until the other day, she's like, "Mister, how am I failing? How are you failing?" I'm like, oh, I should give you 10. I should give you -10 just for asking me how you're failing. You sit here, but I told her you've wasted 7 weeks of school. 7. You are failing the easiest class in the school. You need to get your act together. And then the next day she showed up ready to go because now she realizes she's failing, but they wait till it's almost too late and they're failing and they want a handout. And that's bullshit. I ain't doing that unless my principal makes me. And then I get pissed at her and punch her, but punching my mentor. So who you punching?
You. How dare you come in here and change the way things work?
Look, you always bitch about how awful parents Gen Xers are. I'm in here trying to make up for lost time.
No.
What do you want me to be your kid's teacher? I reward effort in here.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I reward effort. And I tell the kids all the time, I don't care if you make a 72. If I know for a fact that you busted your ass and you got a 72, that's it. What are you gonna do? You got a 72, but you busted your ass. You left it all out on the court. You're like Wojo out there banging the court, 5'11", ain't got no chance to get drafted, and maybe you don't make the best grade. But if you busted your ass, that's great. I got kids that are making 80s that I know should be making 90s. I get on them too. I spend more time with the kids that care than the kids that don't. That's my philosophy, man.
These are our kids.
If you had your professor at the University of Texas, would you treat Arch Manning the same way as you're treating these kids?
No, Arch Manning's helped paying my salary to go to the University of Texas and be a teacher. That's different. That's business. Arch is a colleague. He's a colleague. Okay, now maybe Auburn, the redhead kicker. No, I ain't giving him any extra money. I'm not giving him. I'm not. Maybe the backup. Maybe like whoever's fourth on the depth chart, like the walk-ons, their asses ain't getting up. Arch Manning, yeah. I get my ass fired.
Hey, I appreciate your honesty.
You know what's funny? You mentioned the football. So I've got football players that first couple weeks knuckleheading, not doing shit, sleeping, dicking off. And so I went to coach 2 weeks ago. Hey, coach, send me a roster. I want to know who's all on the team. So he's like, you got it. You let me know if you need any help with that. I go, oh, I'll let you know. He's a really cool guy, Coach Carter. I think he's from Louisiana. And he's got, he reminds me of Coach Boone on, remember, the Titans. I'm like,
or Coach Carter from Coach Carter.
Yeah. I said, Coach, can you send me a roster? He's like, do I need to talk to some folks? I go, no, just send me the roster. He's like, all right, you let me know. I'm like, all right, got it. And so I didn't snitch on anybody to coach, but I did let the team know, yeah, coach, get me the roster today so I can keep up with who's screwing around. And now we're like a month into the season, and they played some games, and report cards come out, and guess who's been busting their ass the last couple of weeks in my classes? My football players. And they're doing great. They're doing well. And by the way, all the data says that extracurriculars, kids that do something different, it could be football, it could be choir. Kids that do something extracurricular always tend to have higher grades because they got something that they're working for.
Without soccer, I don't make it.
Wow. There you go. You wanted to play ball.
I had to play ball. I couldn't do without it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the front row during soccer season. You know, when practice starts all the way till the season ends, I'm in the front row. I had to have it. I had to have it. That wasn't going to be the guy that didn't no pass, no play.
Right.
That's just, high school's too easy to fail.
Mm-hmm.
It's too, if your kid is failing, they're not trying. They want to pass your child.
Especially now. Correct. They want to. What's up, Oscar Ramirez? What's up, guys? Been listening to you since I was a kid in middle school. And my dad would play y'all in the morning on the ticket. And Rudy, this channel is the first time I've ever heard you, but you're awesome.
Damn.
Right, what's up, Oscar? Listening since middle school.
Where the hell is that?
How old are you now, Oscar? How long ago are we talking? I haven't been on in morning since 2019. It was 5 years ago last time I was on. I did mornings on Ticket 760. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
AJ's in here. When we were little, we would go with Mom to the HEB and hang out by the lobster tank thinking it was cool aquarium. And yes, all us Mexicans with tax returns and gift cards ruin limitless shrimp at Red Lobster. El Harley with a $2 donation. Punch idiots jumping into fish tanks at Bass Pro Shops. Did that happen again? Some jackass jump in his fish tank. People, rednecks get drunk, go in there and get it carried away and dive into the damn fish tank with the alligator gar and the grouper and all that shit. Dumbasses. All right, if you need a family lawyer, if you have a knucklehead ass husband who jumps into the fish tank at Bass Pro Shops and you're tired of his redneck ass, call Orlando Kell. Or no matter who you are, if you need a family lawyer, OK's our guy, 210-775-4995, or you can email him directly at orlandokell@gmail.com, orlandokell@gmail.com. Can I talk about my Washington Commanders for a minute? That's what I need to talk about.
Don't do that.
How about my Commanders? How about my Commanders?
Get out of here with that shit.
No, I love Dan Quinn, though, so it's hard not to be happy. I'm super stoked for Dan Quinn. And I'm happy for Jaden Daniels because the people that said he wasn't going to amount to anything, all said he was too little. But in today's NFL, man, like Johnny Manziel comes out now and he gives a shit, he's a star. Jaden Daniels.
Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward. Oh, my God, that's a good one. Yeah, man. God, Charlie Ward would be Jaden Daniels in the NFL making $50 million a year at some point. So Jaden Daniels continues to be the C.J. Stroud of 2024.
That's high praise, sir. That's high praise, sir.
He looks fantastic. Torched the Cardinals in Phoenix today, like 42-14, which
it was ugly.
Of course, they're playing D2 in the land of Joe Biden because Dan Quinn's he can coach D. And I think people forget that, New Braunfels' own Cliff Kingsbury is the quarterback's coach in Washington, working with Daniel.
I've talked to a few Commander fans, Redskin fans. They love Kingsbury calling plays.
Absolutely.
They love he can dial it up. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know about how good of a head coach he is, but just feel for how a game is going and knowing what the defensive coordinator wants to do and what their game plan is and how to keep them off balance.
Yep.
He's one of the best to do it. Speaking of
Yeah,
Cliff
man.
Kingsbury,
Yeah.
as far as calling plays, love what he's doing. And he understands that Jaden, like, look, Jaden, here's 25 plays, master them, and I will call them at the right time. He
Yeah, you
didn't.
just
He
run the
didn't.
play.
He didn't give him the whole Bible. He gave him Job. He gave him the book of Job. Like, oh, we'll get the Psalms and Corinthians later. Master the book of Job, and I'm going to call the right play from the book of Job at the right time. And all you got to do is not turn it over. I think he had his first turnover today in 4 games.
Damn.
Love what Kingsbury's doing. I love what Kingsbury's doing down there with the Commanders.
Bingo. I love him I don't want him as my head coach. But
No.
I'll take it. I want him calling my plays and coaching my quarterbacks. And Daniels has studly talent, and he's good with studs. And those damn Commanders are 3-1, and really could have it. They really got this close to being 4-0. They obliterate Arizona today, and Dan Quinn is out of that filthy sewer that is the Star up in Irving.
Why you got to go there?
My cousin texted me tonight, Quinn should be the head coach and not soft as Sharman Mike McCarthy. I said, nope. I don't. Yeah, you're right. Quinn should be the head coach, but he's not going to be able to have the success with the Cowboys that he will be able to have with this new regime in Washington that's hands off. Remember, Dan Snyder no longer owns Washington. Dan Quinn got the perfect job at the perfect time, with them being able to draft Jaden Daniels,
New
with
regime,
them already having new ownership, new managers who will just let him do your job. He probably don't even talk to the owners, but about once a month, maybe says hello on Sundays before the game, whatever. Dan Quinn must absolutely love going to the office every day in D.C. and getting to work with Cliff, Coach Bro, and just being able to focus on ball. They're in there talking about ball. They're not in there talking about, oh, don't forget you have your radio show on the Fan at 9:30. Then you have your radio show with a sports star in San Antonio at 10. Then he ain't got to worry about that bullshit. He ain't got to worry about covering tracks. No one's calling him saying, I'm gonna need you to make sure not to promote Dalvin Cook from the practice squad because it's gonna make me look bad. I sound like Carl from Sling Blade. Don't be promoting nobody. I'll tell you what to do. He ain't got to deal with that bullshit. Dan Quinn goes to the office. He and Cliff talk about shit, and then they break off, and Dan goes to the defense, and Cliff goes to the offense, and they just do football, and they don't have all this bullshit. That Mike McCarthy has to put up with every day. I ain't crying for Evita or Mike McCarthy either. Mike McCarthy, you big boy, he signed up to work with the Joneses because he wanted a chance for revenge for losing his Packers job. But I'm just saying, and I'm pointing out the obvious, but you have to figure Dan Quinn enjoys his job more than Mike McCarthy enjoys his. Would you not agree?
I agree with that, but I also think there's a few jobs in the world where that matters. I feel like you got the Yankees. You tell me which UEFA team. I would even go there with Sark. Like, I think there's stuff that Sark probably has to do that he's not crazy about.
No question.
I think there's stuff he has to do he's not crazy about, but when you're winning, it's not as glaring. Because Sark probably has to go to some dinners and kiss some and shake some hands and kiss some ass and some donors that he does not want to do. But it's not as glaring because he got them to a playoff last year and they're the number 2 team in the country.
Well, He wins
That's
the
all I'm
natty.
saying. It comes
along.
with certain jobs, Mike. It comes with certain
Yeah.
jobs.
Saban was in a similar program, but Saban won natties, and that's how he got them to leave him alone. If Sark wants to get all that bullshit that comes with being the UT coach away from him, win the natty because winners get to do what they want. And he won't have to worry about that shit no more. It's funny you mentioned that because that's exactly what we talked about yesterday on the Longhorn postgame show.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, and I declared, I said, well, this became official in January when the Longhorns went to the playoffs, to the semifinal, Final Four. But in case y'all didn't notice, the Longhorns are no longer the Dallas Cowboys of college football. For about 12, 13 years, they were. All this hype on fucking television network. Media's always up their ball sack every day. Media always thinks they're going to win the national championship every year. Always, Sam Ellinger's a dark horse Heisman candidate. Get the fuck out of here. There's 40 people better than Sam Ellinger. But my point is and then, of course, what does Texas do? They go out there and go 7-5 or 6-6 and get beat by TCU 7 times out of 9. Yes, I just wanted to mention that. The Longhorns are no longer the Cowboys of college football. But Sark still has to deal with some of that.
Damn, Mike.
Nobody in Austin is as big as ass whipped as Jerry Jones. I'll guarantee that. McCarthy's ass whipped more than Sark is.
Fudge, Mike.
Longhorns are no longer the Cowboys of college football. Notre Dame is.
Damn,
really.
Mike. I don't
Notre
know.
Dame's the Cowboys now.
Mike, I feel like they are. What have they won?
Nothing, but I can tell right now that they're really, really, really good. And they're going to go to the playoff. I think they're going to beat the shit out of Oklahoma in 2 weeks. They've got 2 first-round quarterbacks, both getting playing time. They've got 4 top 3 draft picks on defense at least. 2 offensive linemen are going to go to the show. Their kicker will probably get a chance. They've got the number 2 recruiting class in the country for 25. And I just love their demeanor and how they look, man. I know the Cowboys have great regular seasons too. You're right. I believe that the Longhorns were at the semifinal last year. Granted, I didn't think they deserved to go. And a lot of y'all got mad at me because I said I thought Alabama should have been in the Final Four. And Alabama damn sure made a case last night they should have been in the Final Four last year. But anyway, no, I love this Texas team. It's never been that I hated them. It's always been that I didn't respect them. I respect Steve Sarkisian. I respect what Texas has become. And yeah, Sark has to put up with a lot of bullshit, but it pales in comparison to what the ass whip that Mike McCarthy deals with, because he don't work for just one Jerry Jones. He works for 5 of them. And a lot of y'all think that when Jerry kicks the bucket, all of a sudden Steven's going to come in here and act like Steven ain't going to become Art Rooney. When Steven gets the team, he's Jerry Light, man. He's Jerry Light. So all that to say, I bet Dan Quinn enjoys his. He's able to talk ball and just focus on football. He's got a general manager, an assistant general manager, a president of operations, a full staff of people. And so it's nice to see a dude like Dan Quinn go somewhere else. Yeah, they got great fans. I love to see the Commanders kicking ass. I love it because I love Dan Quinn. And I love Cliff Kingsbury as my offensive coordinator. All right, it is in the building. You can subscribe to this thing for absolutely free. You can become a member for just $6 a month, which is less than the cost of a Grande Venti coffee or whatever. And let me say this. If you want to advertise with this show, this is the best podcast in town. None of the radio shows can hold a candle to what we do. So we're not just the best podcast in town. We're the best damn sports talk show in the city and probably in all the South, and that includes Houston too. I'm not trying to be an a-hole. I'm just keeping it real. And do you want to advertise with us? Because advertising works. Ask the people. Ask our clients that we currently have. Email them. Reach out to them. Y'all talk behind our backs. Hey, honestly, tell me about dealing with Mike and Rudy. They'll tell you. If you want to advertise with us, jump into my DMs via email or jump into a tweet or on my Instagram and message me and let's talk. All right, what else is going on? A bunch of other NFL stuff today. That was cool. Not having the Cowboys, I was able to do shit, but also just like kind of enjoy football, stress-free. What?
Yeah, no, Eric Bishop, 99.99. Thank
Oh,
you.
my man. What's up, EB?
I want to punch Laramie Tunsil. Dude makes big boy money and playing like a damn rookie. Thanks for being on, guys. Can't wait to get back home from work and hoist a drink at Slackers with y'all.
Let's do it, man.
Be well. Hey, Eric, for sure, brother. Let us know when you get back in town.
Yeah, we'll
make
arrange
that
something
happen.
for sure.
Appreciate that, my brother. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Wow. All right. The Texans won today, but barely. Over what appears to be although you don't apologize for winning, you just take it and move on. Especially coming off getting their asses kicked last week in Minnesota. They just needed to get back on the winning track. Jacksonville's desperate. And I guess Laramie Tunsil's had a shitty start to the season.
He has not played well.
He
hasn't played well. But you know
penalties.
who's playing worse than Laramie Tunsil?
On the Texans?
And see, this is why I, at times, Mike, feel bad for Dak Prescott. Sunshine.
Dak Prescott sucks.
Trevor Lawrence.
Dak is not allowed to be 0-4.
No.
He's just not. He's not allowed. I don't care who he's played. Dak Prescott could play Buffalo, Baltimore, the Chiefs, and San Francisco. And we're going to want him to be 2-2. Sunshine got paid. One of the top 2-3 players in the league. And he looks like shit.
Yeah.
And nobody cares because only 13,000 people go to those games. If Dak was doing what Sunshine is doing and he's 0-4, oh my God. Katie, bar the door. Get in the bathtub. Hurricane Helene is coming through. This is why I feel bad for Dak, because there's plenty of guys in this league getting the same money as him,
sure,
and not even a quarter of the scrutiny.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Okay, all I can say to that is tough shit.
Sure
they're 0-4. Yeah. Tough shit. That's what you're the Cowboys. You know?
Okay. No, hey, I'm not saying you're wrong, Mike. I'm just saying, like, damn.
And I know that Jerry keeps the Cowboys from being great, but at the end of the day, they're still the Cowboys. If Garrett Cole has 2 bad outings in a row for the Yankees, and someone's like, well, if he was with the Royals, no one would say anything. But he ain't. He's with the fucking Cowboys. I mean, he's with the Yankees.
Yeah, you're fair.
That's
you're right.
Sorry. You don't like it, you shouldn't have re-signed. Go sign in Cleveland. Nobody will give a shit about you outside of that city. Dump-ass city with those burning trash cans. Tough shit.
Trevor
Lawrence. I will say this. It's not that Dak does not deserve criticism. Lawrence should be getting more.
That's what I'm saying.
And so should Doug Peterson, the coach. I love Doug Peterson. Lawrence has.
What happened to him?
I don't know. But Lawrence has shit tons of talent. They have a very good defense. They can't win. I don't know what the deal is with Jacksonville. I thought they were ready to take off 2 seasons ago. Remember they had the big comeback playoff win over the Chargers? And L.A. fired their coach and all that shit and went to bring in new coaches and Kellen Moore and everybody. I thought Jacksonville had turned the corner and had a tough loss the next week. And they've just been horrible ever since. They were shitty last year.
Since. Like Kyler Murray got paid.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins has made almost $500 million. None of these guys are held to, even yes, he's made it to a Super Bowl. We don't hold Joe Burrow to Super Bowl quarterback standards. We're like, I don't know what's going on. I think they'll figure it out.
Joe's still really good. I know. And
I love his outfit.
Cowboy, we'd be ready to put Trey Lance in.
He wears I love his hair. Deshaun Watson. Booty crumbs.
fart dust.
Jalen Hurts. You're okay. The Buccaneers eliminate you from the playoffs. You're supposed to come in today pissed off. LG, you can chime in if you need to. You're the Eagle fan of this show. You're supposed to come into this game pissed off. Baker Mayfield baked y'all's ass today. He got paid. The only person being held, there's only one person being held to his contract.
Yeah.
One. There's 32 quarterbacks. Only Justin Herbert looks like shit. Justin Herbert looks like dog shit. And I was a Justin Herbert fan.
Me too.
What was it? Two years ago, I was like, I'd take Justin Herbert over Dak Prescott in a heartbeat. He looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the guys that have gotten paid, only one guy is supposed to live up to it. And that's Dak. Everybody else would just kind of like, well, they'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me? Is that what comes with being America's team? Is that just a part of it, Mike?
Si, senor. That's
Okay.
the deal. You go to the Yankees, that's the deal. You go to the Lakers, that's how it rolls.
All right, cool. I'm fine
That's
with
just it. That's the way it goes. And unfortunately, Dallas has one big giant fucking elephant in the room, and that's the Jones family. All right, it's in the building. If you want to shoot us a tip, please feel free to do so. Join those that already have. You can jump on and click on the link that LG always posts in the chat. There's the Buy Me a Coffee link, or you can jump into the Super Chat and tip us there. Show brought to you in part by the official real estate agent, Ribaldo Realty Group. My man, Jay Ribaldo. I have bought and sold 3 homes in my time, and it is not fun. You know, I've bought homes, I've sold them. And the thing, I say this all the time, but it's absolutely true. The thing that I don't know stuff about real estate, Jay does, but if I could give any advice as a former homeowner and seller, if you don't have the right agent, then the whole thing is a house of cards, because over 50 some odd people at some point will deal with your paperwork when it comes to your house. Inspectors and auditors and real estate this and county this and city that and this homeowner association. If you don't have the right agent at the top of all of that, then it's just a house of cards. Jay will make you a house of stone when it comes to dealing with real estate in the Bexar County area. It is Ribaldo Realty Group, 210-887-1081, or you can get a hold of him at jribaldo at kw.com. Jay Ribaldo, kw.com. All right. Should we go? I got a lot of, you mentioned Baker. I'm ready to talk.
What's
some
up?
Baker. I love Baker Mayfield. Lake Travis is on. LG, you got any football music there? You think I look like Baker? You just say that about olive skinned white boys.
Yeah, I got that you got that Burnett thing going on.
Yeah, we're in the sun a lot too, so we get a little farmer's tan. Let me pull up my scores here.
Hey, did you watch that Georgia-Alabama game? Was that a great game, Mike, or was that just two teams with no defense? Like, see, everybody's talking about throwing shit around in the room, Mike. That's what we do on Twitter. Oh, my God, this is one of the greatest games I've ever seen. Was it a great game, or was it two teams that can't stop a nosebleed? And I'm not trying to hate on them. I don't hate on anybody. I love Alabama. I love Georgia. Georgia hasn't lost a regular season. They haven't lost a regular season game since 2020. That is highly impressive. But was it a great game or no defense?
That was a great game.
Okay.
That was, in my opinion, that was a great game. If you take those two teams right there, of the 22 starters, 44 starters on those two teams.
Okay.
30 of them will play in the NFL. 30, if not more.
Fair.
That was an Alabama team ready to show the world that they're going to take their throne back. And that was a Georgia Bulldogs team that got embarrassed, that has an outstanding coach that lit a fire under their ass at half. And they came out in the third quarter and actually took the lead on Bama. That thing was 30-7 Bama at the half, and Georgia still took the lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were up 4 or 5 in the fourth quarter. Now,
incredible.
Bex, is super average.
He's not one of the 33 that are going to the league. He's not.
I feel like they thought they were going to land Arch.
Georgia?
Because it came down to Texas and Georgia.
See.
And Arch was like, I think Sark will have me more prepared for the NFL. And I agree with him on that. But if he chooses Georgia, Bex ain't in that game. It's Arch, and they probably win that game.
They're not down 30-7. Yeah.
They're not down 30-7. I wonder if that ever cross. Like, I know he loves where he's at. Like, you can't, what you see from Arch every week, he loves Austin. He loves being a Longhorn. But I wonder if he was watching that game like, damn, this game is different if I'm a Bulldog.
I think he's thinking.
He loves being a Horn. I'm not knocking it.
Yeah, I think he's thinking if Quinn goes down, I can still win a Cincinnati this year. We're going to see Texas and Georgia here in 3 weeks. That's going to be awesome. All right, a lot of NFL doings. My man, like Travis's own Baker Mayfield, goes out today. How about the damn Bucks? I guess they're not to be trifled with. I mean, they went to the playoffs last year. The Tampa Bay Bucks today at home beat the Eagles 33-16.
Kicked their ass.
To drop the Eagles now to 2-2. Okay, I mean, that's what the Cowboys are. So the Eagles and Cowboys have the same record right now. Hell, Washington's the team to beat in the division right now in the NFC East. And how about Baker Mayfield? He's cocky as ever. I've always loved his swagger, his cocky attitude. Throws Tom Brady under the bus last week on what else but a fucking podcast, because all these kids now got to go to podcasts.
What'd he say?
Well, and Baker was kind of back. Okay, you haven't seen this? This is good shit. Mm-hmm. So Baker's on a podcast last week, and they're like, "Hey man, what are you doing? What's this career renaissance you're having? How are you guys doing all this?" And basically, he told the podcast, "Well, everybody's relaxed this year." He was saying, even when the organization won the Super Bowl a few years ago with Tom was such a hard ass in the room that everybody was walking around on eggshells. He was saying that the room was uncomfortable all season long. The 2 years that Brady was there, that the room was uncomfortable because Tom was so maniacally in charge and a dick about it that everybody was afraid. But now everyone's playing looser.
And then I want to win a Super Bowl.
They don't feel like they've got the GOAT looking over their shoulder. So, and Baker caught hell for that, because it's like, dude, okay, that may be the case, but tell me what Tom did his first year. I think he won the fucking title. So what are we here to do?
And I like Baker, but you kind of made yourself sound stupid. But I like Baker. I don't know. He probably should have kept that to himself. But I like Baker.
Baker says Tom created a high-string environment. And so, guess who was doing the Tampa game today? Twommy.
He went down there and talked to Baker.
And then addressed it on the air during the game. My man, Tom Brady, baby, he's going to watch out. Tom's going to be good. Y'all gave him shit these first couple games.
I did. I was one of them.
Tom Brady said today, so what's his face? Burkhart brought this up to Tom. A couple of weeks ago, Baker said that you made the room really uncomfortable. And Brady says during the broadcast today, quote, "I thought stressful was not having Super Bowl rings. There was a mindset of a champion that I took to work every day when I was there. This wasn't daycare. If I wanted to have fun, I was going to go to Disneyland with my kids. This was work." Yeah, and they won the Super Bowl. So Baker was asked post-game, "Hey, Tom put you on blast during the broadcast today. And Baker, of course, said that was taken out of context. He didn't mean it was a bad thing, but all I said was, yeah, people were stressed out with Tom. I'm not saying it was a bad thing, but the difference between me and Tom is everyone's not stressed out. So he backpedaled some. So punch Baker Mayfield. And I love Baker Mayfield, but now he's backpedaling like Nelly Cruz at the warning track in the World Series. You call the man out. He busts your ass on national TV.
Stand on it.
And he's like, no, I didn't mean that everyone hated him. It's a looser environment. The way I do things, the way I lead the organization, the way Tom led the organization was different. That don't mean we can't win the Super Bowl with my lackadaisical effort. Okay, Baker, just keep throwing touchdowns, baby. You got benched. I thought you were going to be done. You found whatever it is you found here at 29-30, and you've had a little bit of a comeback, and you got paid. Just play football, baby. Why we got to throw Tom fucking Brady on the? What are you doing? That's Tom Brady. Don't touch Tom. Say something about Jalen Hurts. Say something about Dak Prescott. Fuck, throw Pat Mahomes under the bus. That would be stupid too, but that's Tommy. Yeah. Tough shit. And it makes you look dumb that you're bitching about him keeping the room all uptight and everybody's freaked out and worried about Tom when you won the Super Bowl the year he got there.
First year.
What are we doing?
And
Good times.
Shout out to Eric Bishop, another 1999 says.
What's up, Eric?
The Bama secondary is going to be really good. Most of those guys are freshmen.
Dude.
So are these Nick Saban's recruits? Oh.
Well, but DeBoer's doing a damn good job coaching them up. A bunch of guys transferred when DeBoer got the job. So I bet they all want do-overs. Now Bama looks like them. I think Bama's going to win the title at this point. They keep everybody healthy.
Are you in agreement that Bama should have jumped UT?
I am.
Like they did?
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah, I mean, but it's the AP, and we have a playoff now, so that'll all get decided on the field later. But yeah, Bama looked awesome last night. I don't think that was shitty defense. That was two offenses that have 20 future NFL players in it. That wide receiver for Bama, he's only 17 years old. Ryan Williams.
Yo, he's different.
He's going to be better than Amari Cooper. He's going to be better than any of these wideouts that have come out. He'll be the best wideout to come out of Bama.
You do know Julius Jones.
Julio Jones. Yeah. Julio was great.
Jones.
Yeah. Ryan Williams is different. Rudy, 6 months ago, he was in high school.
I know.
He torched Georgia.
He's different. He's
awesome.
He's different.
Fucking awesome. All right, in the NFL today, the Chiefs are 4-0. They pulled one out of their butt.
Again.
17-10.
They get everybody's best.
I know.
So to win those games means something. And keep in mind, Travis Kelce still isn't playing well, in my opinion.
You see, they all wore his jersey on the plane or some shit like that. A bunch of guys were wearing like Kelce jerseys because he's playing like shit.
But the thing is, I'm old. I got 3 rings. Mm-hmm. My chick is a billionaire. I got billions waiting on me. Would you be motivated to come play football?
Well, he shouldn't have come back then. This is probably going to be it. This is probably it for him. But they did lose Fort Worth's own Rashee Rice. Blew his knee out. Not good. That kid has had a tough 6 months. He gets himself in that dumbass wreck up in Dallas. Just walks away from the wreckage like a freaking idiot. And now he's done for the year. Blew his knee out. But they got Patrick Mahomes, and they're a bunch of champions, and they're 4-0 after beating the Chargers today. As we mentioned, the Eagles got smoked in Tampa, which pisses me off because it keeps the Cowboys in contention, which hacks me off. Although, I mean, so okay. So are the Commanders the team to beat in the NFC East or not? Or is Dallas and Philadelphia going to, when we look up here in a month, it's back to the Cowboys and Eagles, and Washington's coming back down to earth?
Okay. I think it's fair to do a quarter of the season assessment.
Okay.
Yes.
Washington's the team to beat.
Yes.
The real
I think
deal.
that's fair. I think that's fair. I think it's more than fair to say that right now. We're a quarter in. We got to go by what we've seen.
Yeah.
Yes. Washington's the team to beat in the NFC East, for sure.
Yep, right there with you. All right. The Ravens are rolling Buffalo. The Ravens, who were 0-2 going into the Cowboy game, smoked the Cowboys' ass, are now rolling Buffalo. In the fourth quarter, the Ravens at home cruising 28-10. 28-10 over Buff. There's another guy who doesn't take nearly the heat he would if he were the Cowboys quarterback, Josh Allen.
Ooh. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you
Josh
kidding
gets
me?
away with murder in Buffalo because he's in Buffalo. Josh has been amazing these first 3 weeks until tonight. He's not been very good. Lamar Jackson's been amazing. Lamar Jackson so far tonight, 13 of 17 with a 143 quarterback rating in this game tonight. Derrick Henry had an 87-yard touchdown run on the first play of the Ravens' offensive series. Henry, 13 carries, a $143. But he's not a Cowboy because, Rudy, they couldn't afford him. Remember? He couldn't afford him.
Well, if you pay CD on time, if you pay Dak on time, you can afford Derrick Henry. You can afford Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's not an Eagle right now. If you take care of business properly instead of worrying about making headlines and let's wait and make a headline.
Falcons beat the Saints, so New Orleans has come back down to earth. They've now lost 2 in a row. 26-24, the fighting Kirk Cousins.
So are the Saints good, or was Dallas bad?
No, the Saints are 8 the Saints are 9-8, 10-7. Caleb Williams' best game as a pro today. Led the Bears over the Rams at home, 24-18. Vikings are 4-0. With
What
Sam
in the
Darnold.
hell?
They go into
What in the
Lambeau,
hell?
get up 28-0 on the Packers at Lambeau with Jordan Love. The Packers explode in the second half and try to come back, but the Vikings hold them off and win in Lambeau 31-29, and frickin' Minnesota's 4-0.
Dude, Sam Darnold is the reason why some of these guys we need to be patient with. Everybody's not going to be Andrew Luck. Everybody's not going to be CJ Stroud. Some guys need more time. Now, you're going to have some guys that are Trey Lance, and they're just not that dude. But sometimes, hell, even my guy, I love me some Tony Romo. It took a while before that light bulb went off and the game slowed down. The game has finally slowed down for Sam Darnold. He has time to throw the ball, and he has guys that are running open, getting separation. You give me a quarterback, any of these dudes, any of these 32 starters, if they have time and they have receivers that are going to get separation, they're going to look good. And that's what Sam Darnold has this year. I'm shocked. I cannot believe after J.J. McCarthy went down that they're 4-0. Biggest surprise of the season so far by far.
And the Cowboys, of course, will play the Steelers a week from today.
Was that Sunday night? Is that a Sunday night game?
I think, Sunday night game. And Pittsburgh suffers its first loss of the season tonight in Indianapolis, 27-24. Justin Fields played well again, ran for 2 more touchdowns in the second half, but had a chance to put them. They had 3rd and goal to try to close the gap with 3 minutes to play, but Pittsburgh couldn't recover from a botched snap that results in a 12-yard loss on that final possession, and they're not able to recover. And the Steelers suffer a broken-hearted 27-24 defeat to the Colts tonight. So they're going to come into Jerry World next week not wanting to lose 2 straight and may just pop the Cowboys' asses. I still think the Cowboys are about to fall apart. Even though they won last week,
really?
I can see I can see 4 losses out of 5 here. We're getting ready to get into a really, really, really shitty stretch. All right, NFL Talk brought to you by Slackers, the official sports bar of In the Building. We got 5 locations all over the sexy city. Med Center, NACCO, Thousand Oaks, 281, and you got the North Star Mall location, and then you got St. Mary's Downtown Slackers, the official sports bar. Yeah, whenever Eric's ready to go drinking, let's go do some drinking with Eric at one of the Slackers. And then let's talk to our boys, see if we can't get some shows out there soon. Maybe a little UT Post, or a little In the Building, or maybe Rudy and I have talked about doing like just like I don't know, what do you want to call these, LG? Like we just do a show for the room, and we don't post it. I'd like to string something together at a Slackers soon where you and I just do a show for who shows up. You know, like an acoustic, like a band playing an acoustic set. That'd be cool.
Oh, God. That's like
I bet we'd get a crowd for that.
That's like when Chappelle goes. That's like when Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart goes to one of these small rooms in New York.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
They just do a quick set. Yeah.
I like it. Mark's in here celebrating 7 months of membership. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Big time thanks to Mark. Appreciate you, Hart, very much. Sound like Mac Brown. Calling it now, though. By the way, and we did some Longhorn postgame show yesterday, and you mentioned Arch and Bama. I don't have any problem with Bama passing Texas. Texas was sloppy for 3 quarters yesterday, pulled away from Mississippi State late. You know, it's the SEC, man. And you rarely have blowouts in the SEC because everybody, with the exception of 2 schools, is good. And so what you normally get in the SEC are slobber knocker games. Texas struggled. They had to fight hard and overcome a bunch of weird shit, but still won 35-13. So let's not act like they played terrible. You know, and I'm calling this now. The Horns are going to steamroll Oklahoma. It's going to be like when the U.S. Cavalry went to Oklahoma and had to shoot a bunch of Cherokee Indians. Texas going to whoop Oklahoma's ass in 2 weeks. You mark me. I said it at 9:44 p.m. on the 29th of September. Brent Venables is not the right guy for Oklahoma.
They don't look good.
And as long as he's the coach, when it comes to defenses, I love Brent Venables. But as the head coach, he don't know his own ass from last Tuesday. He's the defensive version of Cliff Kingsbury.
All right, you stole my thunder.
Oh, my bad. Damn it, my bad.
No. That's cool. That's what I was.
No, he just sucks, man. He's not that. He's not Oklahoma, and the Sooners won't want to hear this because the Sooners are used to being, elite. Until they get a different head coach, Oklahoma's just going to be one of those provincial outlier team in the SEC. They ain't threatening nobody. And Texas is going to whoop their ass here in 2 weeks at Cotton Bowl. You watch. What else on your mind tonight? What else going on with you, man? Before we get out of here, you got a rant? You happy?
I'm always
everybody
happy.
Good.
I'm always happy.
Excellent. Very good.
I'm always happy.
Good. How'd it go? Did you work today? No, Sunday. Y'all were closed.
No, it's Sunday.
How'd it go yesterday?
Sunday. Busy.
I need to say, happy birthday, by the way, to Mr. Singh.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday, bro. He's in Canada.
Sing, motherfucker.
He's in Seattle now. I saw he posted this morning from Seattle.
Yeah, he was in Seattle.
That's cool.
He's doing his thing, man. Happy birthday. He's only 36. I hate that bastard.
Because he's a baller?
Yeah, I hate that bastard. Like, first, I got more hair than him, and I got no hair. And he's 30. He's only 36. I'm like, damn it.
He's still balling, man. Yeah, I'm just glad he shaved all. I'm just glad he made it look good. He shaved a bunch of it down.
No, his wife made him grow
Wait
it
a
back.
minute, it's back. She didn't love it.
She hated it.
She wants that like thin hair look,
bro. She hated the beard and hated the bald.
Oh so wow,
he got it back up top, nothing down low.
Oh,
because wifey was like, nah, I hate that shit.
Oh, well, you gotta keep mama happy, I guess. Texas Cheer Liquor got some specials. Happy Dad 12-pack cans tea, $11.99 in the month of September, which, by the way, the final day of September is tomorrow. You can also get you a 4-pack of Zing Zang for just $13.99. Yeah, man, October 1st is Tuesday.
Jesus.
Cray.
Why is it 100 degrees today?
I don't know because we suck. because the Lord made the earth and we fucked it up. Louis C.K. used to have a brilliant bit about how God comes back to earth. Like, what the hell did you guys do? I made you this beautiful place to live, and you're shitting all over my garden here. You know. Well, that's 100 damn degrees. October's Tuesday, but you got tomorrow to get your ass into any one of the 7 Texas cheers. Get you some Happy Dab for $11.99. Get you some Zang Zang, one 4-pack for $13.99, or you can get 2 4-packs for $19.99. Basically, it's a price and a half. And ain't nobody in town selling Gray Whale gin as cheap as they are at Texas Cheer Liquor. You can go in there and get you some Gray Whale for $28.99 a bottle if you're a gin man. Lowest price in town. It is Gray Whale. My final thought tonight: you can have one if you need one. I don't know how much Chris Christopherson that young Rudy ever watched or listened to as growing up in Tyler or whatever. But for redneck white boys, we love Chris Christopherson, the great Chris Christopherson, one of the greatest country singers, one of the greatest songwriters, one of the greatest producers, one of the greatest directors, a great actor, an excellent script writer, a talented man, jack of all trades, the great Chris Christopherson of The Highwaymen, was in several movies too. Groundbreaking country music singer, songwriter, and Hollywood film star, died today at his house in Hana in Maui, Hawaii. Hana is this town in Maui in the hellscape that you cannot get to by car in under an hour. It's extremely dangerous. You're literally on the side of mountain cliffs trying to get there.
I'm good on that shit.
And really the best way to get to where Chris was living was by boat or helicopter. He boated or helicoptered when he come back to the mainland for stuff. He was as big a star could get for white country people in the 70s and 80s. But in the last 20 years or so, as he started getting older and he's rich, and he just became real reclusive, turned into a misanthrope, and just kind of disappeared off the grid because he posted up in the hellscape and just disappeared. But the great Chris Christopherson died today, so shout out to him. Grandma Becky loves Chris Christopherson. Saw all of his movies. He and Willie and Johnny Cash used to travel around doing shit. Roy Orbison. Got a girlfriend list as good as Derek Jeter's, too. Just saying. Thought I'd throw it out there. Good for Chris. All right. Any final thoughts for you boys?
The great Maggie Smith died 2 days ago.
Indeed, she did. For Harry Potter fans
who's
Downton
Maggie
Abbey.
Smith?
The old
wizard
lady that's been in every movie ever.
My sister posted that. My
she
youngest
played
sister
Wendy
posted
in Hook with Robin Williams.
Yep.
Back in the
Nina
day.
loves her in Hook. Yeah, I loved her in Hook. I loved her in Downton Abbey and the Harry Potter movies.
She was 89. Dude, I thought she was 89 in Hook.
She's looked 89 for 80 years.
She's played an 89-year-old woman her entire career.
Well,
she's like Christopher Lloyd.
I'm leaving. Y'all are out of pocket.
Steve Martin's been white-haired since he was 28.
Christopher Lloyd. They've been playing senior citizens their entire career.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
leaving.
You think Steve's pubes are white too all these years? If you're
fuck,
an early
Mike?
gray, does that mean your pube hair turns gray too early?
They're
They're
probably jet black.
I'd have to shave mine.
Wait, hold on. Let me look.
I don't have any white hair down there. Thank God.
No,
and I keep it
my
nice
shit's-
and trim anyway.
Mine are black.
I live with a millennial. I have to keep my shit trim. I can't have white hair and stuff.
Well, and it's hot in Texas.
Yeah, it is hot.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, guys. Thank you to Thunderdome. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to DJ LG. Rudy and I are back mañana. 9:30. Is that our ETA? You at the store tomorrow night? All right, good. All right, let's plan a 9:30 start time. It'll be Knee Jerk Monday tomorrow, and no Cowboy game, which means we can talk about other shit, which I like. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. Love you hard. We'll see you mañana.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
still here? It's over. Go home. Go.